Let's unmute myself. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all. Metaverde, I noticed, heard you already started talking about or explaining this chart graph, right?
Yeah. Did you get a chance to look at the one that TWell's made for OneHive?
Yeah. I have it linked.
Right.
I'm gonna share it with everybody. It's the first thing on our agenda. But before we start, quick maybe intentions, distractions. Eduardo, you want to go first?
So you now throw the ball back.
Well, my intention is to present TWells and to figure out what else I can do to help the comms working group. And my distraction is I'll probably be eating grapes and drinking orange juice. And oh, Chewy, I see you here. I'm going to pass it to Chewy.
Hi, everyone. Intentions for today. Yeah, just catch up. Also, I'd like to talk about the mediums, the two mediums issues, to see if we could move forward a little bit with that. And no distractions today. I got plenty of coffee. I'll pass it to Nate. I don't know if you already went.
No, I haven't. Intentions are to catch up from last week, and distractions are none right now. So I will pass to Ivy.
Thanks, Nate.
Ivy?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me well? Yeah. So my intentions are to sync with you and record the call, and also find out if there's anything I can contribute to the comms team. And no distraction at the moment. And I pass it to Eduardo.
I think Eduardo already went, but I'll take it. My intentions are really just to listen. I'll be distracted by, I kind of took the weekend off, and now I have a lot of catching up to do on messages. They're piling up, so I'll probably do that during the call. Sorry, but I'll be listening in, and I don't have any major intentions. I will pass it to TWells or TWells.
Howdy, everybody. It's good to meet you all. I appreciate the chance to join you guys through Metaverde. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I'm just excited to see what I can contribute. I think it's a super exciting project that you guys are doing. It's incredible work that you've done so far, and hopefully no distractions. I'm a teacher in my day job, so I have endless papers to grade and classes this afternoon, but I'll be here. Let me pass to, let's see, who else? I don't know everybody's name, so forgive me. I'll just do my screen name. Mitch?
Hello. Let me turn my video on here. Yeah, I just need to catch up, see what everyone's working on, and see what other stuff that can be written for the comms working group. No distractions. I will pass it to Marco. Have you gone?
Not yet, thank you. My intentions, first have a great call, go through the agenda, all of the stuff that you guys mentioned. That's basically it. Distractions, my computer is suddenly super slow and my processor is screaming, so I don't know what will happen. Hopefully nothing, but we'll see. And I pass it on to Juan.
Hello, everyone. I'm doing great. My intention for this call is to sync with you guys and to see how can I contribute to the communications working group, and I don't have any distractions. I will pass to Metaverde. Have you gone?
Yeah, I went. Let's pass it to Jake. Oh, Jake, are you there? You're all right. Let's pass to Tam.
Hey. My distractions are I'm in the kitchen making dinner. my intentions are to see how comms is doing and how I can help. And I'll pass back to you, Marco, to pass to the next person.
Yeah, Zepti, want to go?
Thanks, Marco. Yeah, same here. I'm here. Like my intention is to keep thinking and yeah, see if there's any place I can support and no distractions. I'll pass it. Oh, stop now. Maybe Jake. Oh, Libby. I'll pass it to Libby.
Hey, yeah, my intentions are to catch up with comms and see if there's anywhere I can help, and distractions that I'm working on a few other things, but mostly present here. And I pass to Jake. Are you there now?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, catch up, see how everybody is. This is my first call of the week where I get to like see or hear everyone. So that's fun. I also am like curious if we have any more like high level stuff coming out for like comms or outreach or anything, like other material, source material that I could possibly use for other people in onboarding. Just curious. I just don't know where we're at on that. And then my distraction, I'm currently on hold with the state of Minnesota. So besides that's that. All right. I'm going to give it to Nate.
Nate's gone yet already. Hold on a second.
Take it in the meantime. By the way, I love your hair, Libby. It looks like you have a crown or something. It looks so pretty. So my intention for this call is to sing with everyone, to appreciate Libby's hair, and then to basically, yeah, I would love to see also TWell's work, because there's something I would like to also talk in this meeting, which is a feedback I received from Christopher just today regarding working groups, which I think TWell and the diagram that Meraverde mentioned will help us. And in distractions is that I'm at the office, so there's always people coming back and forth. So that's why I will probably turn off the camera from time to time. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you. Instead of going first, you were last, but the last is always first. So. Eduardo, thanks. Yeah, okay, so Meraverde, I promised first thing on our agenda is to talk about the first thing on the agenda is created for OneHive. So I share my screen here. Maybe you want to just give us a quick intro. What's that? How it works and how we can. Okay, we need to mute. Eduardo, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, TWell, so want to take it away?
Sure. Yeah. So I appreciate it. This is something that when I first joined OneHive, I sort of was investigating all of what the DAO had to offer and realized that sort of for new users, it's a little bit difficult to get your head around it in a way that is easy access to the different, in their case, swarms, right? So they have the wiki, which provides a lot of great information. I was imagining this first touch point for a new user, and how would I create that? I mean, sort of making complex things easy to understand is a part of what I enjoy doing. So in this case, what you see on the shared screen is it is on the back. It's just a Google Slides presentation, but it's published in such a way as it can be embedded. There's people who are more tech savvy than I. If there's security concerns,
Okay.
No.
It's just me then.
I can see it. Okay.
So if you click on one of the emojis, you can click any of them that you like. It should take you to the like a very brief text overview. It's happening, and then you got a little couple different button cluster on the bottom. Learn more takes you to the wiki. Next swarm just shifts over to the next swarm. You got the Discord button, and then you can return to the home screen. It becomes kind of like a website within a website because you can embed this in an existing in any existing page. And so, yeah, I've shared this with a couple of my friends I'm trying to bring in. And my goal here is to make it as easy as possible for people to figure out what's happening, what interests them, and how to align their existing skills where they might be best applied and needed. I can share a link with folks if you'd like. I'm a little bit new to the whole.
I already shared it in the comms channel, so for everybody. So
okay.
That's done.
This is a little off topic, but if there's another swarm that wants to be added to this, what's the best way for them to go about it?
Yeah, so I have a post to the OneHive forum that's sort of, it is live and people are adding things that need to be amended. And so it's really easy. I just go in and create a new icon maybe, and you can shift things around as necessary on the graphic side. But you can add things very easily, and you can edit content, and it's very straightforward. And the nice thing is if other people, in the DAO want to join in the effort, I just share the Google slideshow and they can make those changes. I do have a concept, something that's at least a rough draft of how to apply a similar model to TEC. Would you like me to share that with y'all?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, let me pull. So
you want me to stop sharing my screen? You want to share yours?
Sure. I can. Why don't we do that? I'll see if I can. Like I said, I think this will work. I use Zoom all day. I'm sort of new to the Discord one, so let me see. Okay, so again, the notion being that the icons would simply be up here, and I think Metaverde told me that Labs is not in fact a working group, but the idea is rather than swarms, you could have sort of the front page here, clickable through to descriptor. The structure would be the same idea, and you can suggest any functionality that you'd like. But in keeping with the original, I just drafted something here. If this is palatable, if we want to try a different approach, I tried to use some of the design elements that I found on TEC through the channels. Let me see.
Is there a way we can embed this into a website?
I do believe so. Let me stop my sharing for a second.
Just wanted to ask, what is the effort for you to create this? Like, how much time you need to create this? And maybe if we build something similar to this, but actually coded like on the front end, embedded in our website in the code using whatever front end tech, rather than having this embedded, trying to figure out what our efforts are and how flexible we are then later on to modify that.
The existing slideshow format does, when you publish it to the web, it does provide you with an embedding, like the code to embed it. So I don't know what that would look like, and we can experiment. As far as building on a front end on time, and I'm game for anything. To be honest, I'm just happy to be able to contribute to something. I think TEC. This is I think that nonprofits are going to need help with the token engineering. I'm very excited about all of what the promise there, and so really I'm just here to see what I can contribute on the way to the creative end and structuring the flow of information. Designing some of the graphical elements. But if somebody else has the technical knowledge to build the tool like you're referring to, I'd love to collaborate.
Mm-hmm. Any ideas from the group, suggestions or comments?
Yeah, I've had a number of similar ideas and offered my services to the group in this particular regard. Just trying to figure out how to do it and how to collaborate. I'm not a developer, so the whole GitHub, ZenHub thing just blows my mind and makes me not want to use it. So I don't, and I just hang out in Discord and do what I can there. I do kind of a question about OneHive because this is literally the first person I've ever talked to from it. So I don't know if this is an appropriate place to ask that question, but in any case, I'll defer to others.
All right. The question for you, TWell, what kind of like information do you need to get started, or do you like bootstrap all the information for yourself somewhere, find it, and how do you build up the information architecture for this thing?
So for for OneHive, it was mostly the wiki, as far as just use the existing infrastructure there to build out the information. And what I did for the comms page that I sort of flashed up on the screen there was just using a language that Metaverde had in the posted channel. I mean, this is sort of like if you decide, you guys decide what is the right amount of information to provide. My goal being, again, bite-sized, right? It's sort of a new user. It's the chance for them to really get a high overview of what the different working groups are doing. And then if they decide to go deeper, then that's what you link to something external from the tool, right? But it's an appetizer, right? It's like so the information side, it's if we can do that, if what you saw, maybe I'll put it back up again just for a second. If this makes sense, hold on. Right, one more time. Sorry. If this makes sense, here we go. 3 bullet points. That really is not going to take a long time to spool up, particularly if this text is pretty much already ready, available in the pin messages and in the working group channels. If the template is something that we like and I can build out from here, then that makes life easier. If we want to do something a little bit different, I can iterate on design. As long as we schedule, right? In other words, like if I have an idea, what do you guys want for time frame, and I can come back and say, all right, like it's going to work, or we need to push a little further. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, how quickly would you like to have something like this out?
Well, first of all, I would like just to comment before that. First of all, this is amazing, and I think we need something like that. And I actually originally had the similar idea to upgrade our website with what you're showing us here, something similar to that, but just like embedded like directly inside of our website, like an overview of the working group, so that like people can click on each of one of those, like read some of the information, and then go to the Discord forum, whatever other resources. So I would ideally love to see this kind of embedded like in our website, following our current designs. So that's the reason why I'm asking, like, how flexible are we with this tool that you're working on, with like modifying the designs, and like how would that look like inside our website? Or is it better to just you prepare the information architecture and all that kind of stuff, and then we kind of maybe collaboratively together kind of iterate on the visuals and designs, and then have like, I don't know, maybe Christopher do the front end coding and stuff like that. But something I would definitely love to see on our website. Anyone else wants to comment on this?
Yeah, I wanted to ask if it's easy. Yeah, this is amazing. It feels like it's exactly what we need. Is there any way is it easy to put new information? I'm thinking it would be such a good place to have calls to action, because I feel like we have many things going on and they are kind of scattered. And if we had one place that new people come, and then there is one of those items that is like something you can do right now, like now we have the mission, vision, and values going on. If that would be easy to always replace.
Yeah, no, I think so. Like, for example, if I were to take this, I know I keep going back to this. I don't know if this is hanging out in people's screen or what you prefer. But so, can everybody see the comms screen on the PDF? Is that what's showing? I just want to make sure I'm not. Am I sharing the screen?
Yeah, that's what I see.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so to your question, you could easily add like a pulsing light, something here on the UI that would draw attention to, like, work needed, or however you wanted to message it. I mean, I'm thinking about what I've put here is this is kind of like a mock UI almost, right? It's just a mock-up for what could then be encoded into the website, or however you would like to implement it. On the existing OneHive model, it's super easy. Like I just go in there and can move things around and add as needed. I guess that maybe as far as the way that would apply to a website, that may be a question for somebody with more technical knowledge than myself. I don't know what the stack is, but it should be possible, right, to go in there and add pieces. There's a lot of white space. It's not literally white, but there's a lot of space in the slide to add content, move things around, and all that.
I think it's a great idea, and yeah, I do agree with Livy and Marco that we needed something like this. I'm wondering if you have some time, maybe to meet during the week, because I think like on the common swarm side, like we could add like a whole new like section to the OneHive presentation. And also I wanted to suggest, I don't know if you checked out the glossary for the TEC and the common stack. I think it's going to help you a lot, like as a guide. And yeah, I do have like an index of different stuff that I feel that this is like the perfect output to organize all of this. And I'm also very excited for Marco's idea to maybe make it work like as a landing page or something like that, because it's just perfect for newcomers. So if you're not busy during the week, I'd love to have a one-on-one, and anyone that can, everyone is invited to join in and see how we could contribute to this, because I think it's going to be a good tool for comms. So thank you for your hard work on this.
Absolutely, I look forward to we can find a time whenever is best this week for sure. I'm CST, just FYI.
So I don't mean to sound contrarian here, but I've had a similar kind of idea for some time. The thing is I find I'm trying to bring people into the token engineering and OneHive and all these things, and it just seems like it takes so very long to get them up to speed. And I find that a lot of our comms are oriented toward people who kind of already know the information and already have some months of internal work. I find OneHive completely and totally impenetrable. I cannot deal with it at all. I'm a significant contributor on this Discord, but I cannot understand all the metaphors which are thrown around that seem to make perfect sense to all of y'all. So I just would like to continue to reflect that I do feel like we need to make this perhaps a little higher level to make, so from my perspective, the story of money is broken and here's what we're doing about it. The story of the common good is broken. Here's what we're doing about it. It seems to me that those are things that everyone kind of assumes that we all know and understand, and the various platforms with which we sort of spread that out. So TWells, I don't know who you are, but I was basically offering to do a very similar visualization kind of thing, but to start with sort of a graphical design thing. And I've been talking to folks about that a little bit, but just haven't been able to bring that home yet because I'm a little bit all over the place at time. So I'm also a web developer, so I could do the kind of thing that you're talking about, but I just wanted to understand it first. Because even though I've been participating for 6 months, I feel very behind with some of the larger concepts. And so yeah, it's funny that you're here now talking about this, because I was getting ready to visualize it for myself to try to see if I could do a similar thing. So
I'll send you an invite to the frame up if you want to take a look at it, or we can innovate on it together.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, Durgadas, if it helps at all, like I just went away for the weekend to a workshop that's totally not tech related, and I don't know what the heck's going on OneHive now. I'm back in there, and every time I open my mouth, I'm saying something that's completely untrue and not right. And I think that TWell's, just like the graphic, if you get a chance to look at it, the graphic that he made for One Hive is just so simple and beautiful and breaks it down so nicely. And I was just really excited about that, and thought it would help TEC. And I just, your graphics are so amazing. They've been adopted as emojis like randomly on other Discords. And I think that they can't wait to see what you and TWell's come up with together. I'm really excited. And then Chewy's got such a great grok on everything going on. He's always like writing out the things that are like, Chewy does the splainers. We appreciate you, Chewy. So,
I apologize if I need just a bit more hand holding than your average bear, but you know,
you can hit me up and we can hold each other's hand because I need it right now too.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I think it's too low. I want to say this is really nice to see. So thank you, Metaverde, for bringing TWells to us. And you put so much thought and consideration into this. It's so simple, but you know, what we've been relying on so far is just words on our forum to have people better understand the working groups. So you've made it so much more digestible and quickly and visually graspable. To what Livia said, you know, it might be interesting if we could just link people to the manifesto, the agenda, the calendar entry for that working group, for each of the working groups. So have like standard pieces of information for each of the working groups so that people can jump in right away and start to get to know what each ones are about. I don't know if that's too complicated, because I also do like how simple you have just the 3 bullet points that describe like the meta of the working group. But I just want to say it's great. I really look forward to seeing what we do with this. Thanks for bringing it to us.
I'll just say that we do have some branding assets and graphic assets for the working group. So I'm just going to pass that over to you, TWells, and maybe you and Durgadas can, like, you know, maybe collaborate on this thing together, create something out of that, and see, like, you know, it just take it to the next step and see how it goes. And then, like, eventually end up having the similar like kind of overview similar to the One Hive, just with our working groups and our whole thing here. And possibly embed it into our website and have it some sort of like as a landing page somewhere. Even kind of we can embed it in a Git book, maybe, Libby. I don't know, as a kind of front page thing. I don't know. I mean, we can basically reuse this thing, whatever, right? Share it everywhere. So I'd say you guys go ahead and just keep me in the loop, and yeah. And Chewy, you may also maybe want to reach out to TWells and have a sync as well. You mentioned something.
Yeah, and I'll also let you guys know to see if you guys can make it. And yeah.
And yeah, while we're at it, Chewy, can you, for me, please, I buy you a beer, create an issue on ZenHub for this?
Yes.
Thanks.
Is that how it works? We get beers for opening issues? I didn't know.
That's Marco's source cred.
We don't need praise anymore. We'll just dish beers.
All right. All right. That's that part. Metaverde, if you have to leave earlier for the reason you mentioned, just okay, that's fine. If not, just stick with us here.
Yeah, I had my time crossed, but yes, thank you. I'm so excited.
Great. And yeah, thanks for everything. Next topic on is Chu, you wanted to talk about the 2 mediums and move this forward. So anything you want to specifically talk about this one? I didn't look particularly into the, I mean, I know the issue that we had about the 2 mediums, like one is the author and the second is the page or something like that. So if you investigated this a little bit further, and I don't know, maybe Mitch has a comment on that as well, and who has more insight, Nate as well. I don't know, but Joey, you want to go first?
Yes. Well, I just wanted to see if everyone agreed with this. Pretty much the TEC Medium page that the author one is not really like it's not being like really useful. So I wanted to check if everyone is okay with the idea of maybe just taking it down but make a backup of the contents, and after that maybe through the other through the other medium to the one where Sargon writes, and also Nate has uploaded some articles there. Maybe we could like create a new author with the same profile that matches the old medium, but not really. You know, just take it down. Just take it down, and then I get the author approach, but I think we need to start that from scratch on the second medium. So I just wanted to throw it out there and see if anyone would have any issues with just taking it down.
I have just one question. So I guess this is like a medium technical question, or the way they kind of build this thing, right? And my question is, what are the implications of taking this down, and which of these two mediums is the one that first comes up in the Google search? So I think like we should just consider these two things.
The one that comes up first is the one that we want to take down, so that the other one can the other one has more relevant content. So it's one of the issues.
Can I just ask a question? Are you sure that they have different content? I do believe they all have the same content. One just has only TEC content. One has TEC content plus guest blogs.
That is correct.
Okay, so to clarify, we want to take down the author kind of profile, right? Okay, get it. Okay.
I mean, is there any way we could repurpose it rather than take it down? I mean, I think that there's kind of a value there to having the same people who are following that page, maybe, for example, and having both those pages utilized, maybe even just repurposing it for a different, audience.
I don't know. I think the main concern earlier was like when someone searches the Google or TEC and Medium comes up, like they land on a page we do not want them actually to see. We actually want them to read the more relevant articles, and I think they are to be found on our page, right? So I guess like when we take the author medium down, then we're actually solving the problem of two mediums. And
I guess I should ask the question: Do we want to have just this kind of anonymous general token engineering author, or would we rather just have authors that are by name, kind of just constantly having guest blogs by the community? I do think that's a fundamental question that needs to be answered if we're going to address this issue.
I will say I have a preference for everybody getting credit for what they write. I don't really understand, like we're a DAO, and like who has authorship over this DAO. It's just kind of a weird thing. So I'm not the biggest fan of this blank author. Someone has the voice of the TE Commons. That's not really. I don't know if that's congruent.
I second that one.
Is it possible just to rename it so it doesn't show up?
It could be an option. The thing is that the content right there is not that relevant. I find it like a little bit more distracting for newcomers. So in a way, I do share Griff's opinion on authors. Maybe like TEC as an author could work with I don't know, maybe the TWell's presentation. I think there could be an article with that same author, kind of like for like 101 content. But I don't think that the current medium is serving its purpose as it should. Like even like with article contributors, I think that it has like just a better focus. As Griff says, it's more like DAO focused. So if there is any purpose on like TEC authoring, I would just explore it from the medium profile that we want to get out there. And yeah, I think that just like renaming it or just getting something out of it it's just like we could do that same effort in one same medium instead of splitting it in two.
Can I maybe visually show, I opened the issue, so I'd love to visually show what I was trying to express in the issue. If I could just share my screen for a minute. So when you search for Token Engineering Commons Medium on Google, two mediums come up. The first one is this one. Now, this has an article from March 17th, so about a month ago, because it was the last one that Token Engineering Commons posted. And then it just has only things that have been published by Token Engineering Commons. Now, we're in an attention economy. If that's the first link that somebody finds, they're going to click on it, and they're probably never going to go find the second link that comes up, which is medium/token-engineering-commons, which has, oh wow, it's different. It used to have a featured section and guest blogs. Oh no, sorry. So I'm actually linking to the wrong thing. So, oh, interestingly, that's even not the second or third or fourth or fifth. It's like, it ends up being like this one that we want people to see. Let me show you what it looks like here. It's actually buried because this is the first one that comes up. So this is the first thing people will see when they search for our Medium page. When they should see this, they should see the featured posts. They should see what we want them to see, right? We want them to see our featured posts. Then we want them to see our guest blogs. Then we want them to see all the latest. So a chronological order of the posts by Token Engineering Commons and others. So we are losing attention by having the attention diverted into two different Medium properties that we have. So the recommendation, like, I don't know what our recommendation is. Perhaps we just get rid of this altogether, because all of this content published by Token Engineering Commons already exists here in the chronological order section. So we won't lose any articles at all. We're just going to gain a more focused property on Medium. It's different than the question of whether or not we should have a Token Engineering Commons generic user. That's a different issue. I just want to address the two mediums issue and to explain it so that it's very clear what it is, what the attention deficit or the attention damage is if we keep the two mediums up.
So you don't lose the articles that the author published when you delete the author?
I don't think we need to delete the author.
Okay, because you want to remove it.
What we want is to have this be the first link in Google. This visual, whether it's medium.com token-engineering.commons or it's tecommons.medium.com, doesn't really matter. What we should, the first thing people see in Google should be this property laid out so that we highlight what we want people to see.
One question I have, when you log into the Medium as a author and go to the page and click on your profile and go to the settings, and there's like the URL you can choose. Is there a way we can just like select a different URL that actually leads to this to the second Medium?
I don't use Medium enough to know, so I defer to anyone who has more Medium experience.
Let me share my screen quickly. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Chuy, if you want to
do we know who has access to this one?
I have access to it.
Yes, I do have access to it. Also, there is this thing about the Medium that we are seeing right now. One has the blue all colors, and the other one has the yellow colors. The one I update is the one. The one I updated was the one with the yellow colors background and the logo in yellow. So the blue one, probably this is just a suggestion. The reason why it looked the yellow one is because the latest one has been updated aesthetically. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yes, I don't think I mean, we can do a workstation now, but I think we can just async, do this work of finding a way to make it better rather than actually doing it now.
Okay. Julia, want to take the lead on this one to figure out and do maybe a quick work session with Eduardo or someone who's interested, Nate, whoever, and figure out the best way to deal with this?
Yeah, because my only concern is that the articles that are written by Token Engineering Commons will actually be removed.
Yeah.
Because they are sponsored on our page right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's not written with them.
It's just a matter of visibilization and to like which profile gets visible, and if you can control it on the dashboard. And that's a thing that we can do on a hack session with you if you want.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'm reading into merging like articles. So I mean the intention is not to get rid of them, of course, but like if the best solution is like taking the account down and then re-uploading them with a new profile, just like that appears to be the old one, I think it's just for the sake of better organizing things. I think it could get us to the same point, but yeah, I think Eduardo have more experience in Medium than I do, so yeah, let's do that.
I mean, is losing the chronology of it all massively important to everybody, or?
I wonder if there's a way to do it without losing it, though. I don't have much experience in Medium, and Nate, it sounds like you do. So if you think that we would lose them, like we can't lose the articles, and it would be nice to keep the chronology because, for example, the weekly blog posts are in a chronological order. I wonder if there's any possible way to do it without losing those properties.
Yeah, I think the best move forward would just to lay out all our options and come and explore, like, come back to this next week and say, here are options, let's decide as a community. Sorry, did anybody get that?
Yeah, hi, this is Craig. Will you add me to that sync and I can share my experiences?
I think Discord's jamming up.
Be best if we kind of all, if we had a hack session that just laid out all the options for the TEC Medium page and just said, these are our options, and we can all decide as a group sometime next week or maybe the next community call, just to get all the options laid out there.
Sure, we can do the hack session whenever, just create the issue or the Google Calendar event, and then we can do it.
Yeah, we'll put it in the Google Calendar. We'll just set it up for sometime this week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Could you add me too, Nate? This is Craig. I'd like to join. Thanks.
Yeah, I can. I'll set that up. And if anybody's interested, just DM me.
Just a quick question. Was there 2 Medium pages? Is that the issue? Sorry, I'm so out of the loop. Just wanted to understand.
Yes, there is an author page and there is a publication page. One, it has the blue logo and the other one has the green logo, let's say, in a way. So there are 2 different kind of homepages. One's the author of the engineering, and the other one is the publication, like the news, let's say, in a way.
I just dropped them in the comms channel so you can check. But if you do Token Engineering Commons space Medium and you just search for that on on Google, the results will be the page that doesn't have our featured section, actually. So it looks like we're out of date. It looks like we haven't published anything. And then I think it might be very not engaging for people who come across our medium that way.
All right, that's set. Then you guys take it from here. What's next? Next thing on the agenda, we have one quick update. Vi has been doing created this multi-ban bot for Discord, and so basically, I just wanted to let you guys know that all the stewards will get the permissions to multi-ban whoever. We figure out there is someone. There's a bot or someone getting in, so we will get those permissions. The only thing is, like, we need to set those permissions unless Vi has done that for each one steward individually. I would like to ask Juan, who is our moderator, to just kind of go by through all users, basically us as stewards, and then just click on this permission to add permission to multi-ban whoever, right?
There's a small hiccup there. I made a rule for doing that. It's called can ban.
Yeah.
So just you can assign that rule to anyone, and they can use that bot.
Exactly. So the rule, I will just repeat once again, is called can ban. So you will find it in the dropdown. Maybe I think you can add it for yourself. You have those permissions to just add another permission. I don't know. But if not, then maybe Juan, you can do that for everybody. That's that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think that if it's a role, maybe the stewards can have that role as well, and like it's precisely made for when there are bots that want to spam our server. So any one of the stewards can do it, but also I am very active. But I like to like share these roles, because as we have people in so many different time zones, I think that way we have a faster response.
Okay. Okay, and one more thing, while we're at the multi-ban bots and other bots on Discord, also Vi created the bot that will announce the weekly calls for us, so that we don't have to do that, like 1 hour before each of our calls. And I provided him with the banner graphics, which are now generic. They do not include the date and time, because the date and time will actually be in the message. So yeah, for now on, I guess from tonight, when this will be implemented, we will have a bot that will 1 hour before our calls will announce automatically will announce it in our channels.
I'll need a day.
So
I'll need a day to deploy it. I'm making it an MVP first. So
Mhm.
like once I've MVP'd the application, then we can, because like Tam raised some good points about the clashing
Mhm.
things. So I'll implement what she suggested in that issue, and I think I'll have it ready by tomorrow or day after that.
No worries.
And we
No worries.
yeah, so we could just have that running.
Great.
I want to jump on here and also like mention, like we on the last transparency call, we changed the schedule. Instead of doing a weekly call, we are going to do bi-weekly, because like the workflow is being like good, and I feel like doing weekly, we were feeling it's too much. So we were just changing to do it bi-weekly.
And that will also reflect in our overall in our calendar, right?
Yeah, I have to modify, but I'll do it.
And then I guess since we're pulling the information from our calendar, Vi, correct me if I'm wrong, like we're pulling that information, it will be automatically pulled in, and it will be automatically then submitted bi-weekly, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Can I just ask a question about that? I don't know if it so on the issue I was adding to this too. So the original proposal was that it would just scan for keywords in our calendar. So for example, if I had a calendar entry that said, Steward Hackathon, that would trigger the bot to send the message that the TEC weekly community stewards call is happening in 1 hour. So I'm suggesting we actually, instead of using trigger keywords on the calendar, we maybe just go to the schedule based. So 1 hour of the calls, we send that reminder to the channel. Is there any reason we shouldn't do that way? Is there any reason we want to use keywords on the calendar?
Pulling it down from the calendar might be easy because it's easily maintainable. You don't have to keep editing it. But if you are doing that, I can maybe give access to someone on the repository, and anyone can change it.
Okay, but we might get false positives, right? If we use those.
Yeah, I'm switching from the keyboards to the suggestion you just said on the issue that we time it accordingly. But we'll just need to keep it up to date.
Right. So let's use this as a use case. So the transparency group went from weekly to bi-weekly. Now, any of the stewards will be able to edit in the repository. I guess that the last point to that one issue before we close it should be like, what's the process to update the bot?
Yeah, I could make a command, or I could, or someone can just open a pull request on the repository, or I can give anyone write access to the repository so they could just edit the file. I have a file. I think I'll just write the time whenever that call happens in that file, so we can update that directly.
So just one question: aren't we pulling the information from the calendar right now?
Right now we're doing that, but Tam raised a point that like it was searching through the calendar for terms. So if there were, it was just looking for if there was an event in the calendar that is called params hack sesh, it will send a message in the params channel for that there's a meeting going on. But like that could reach to false positives if the naming is weird. So that's why we could maybe switch to a schedule based solution. The calendar solution was neat, but like it might lead to problems with respect to the sending the wrong messages.
Yeah, I agree. And this way we can change the names on the calendar, right? If like a group is changed to a different name, or we change the name of the meeting, whereas yeah, we very rarely change the time or the cadence of a meeting, but we've changed a few meeting names. What do you think, Mark?
Well, I think like it's easier to maintain just a calendar, and it just pulls in the data, and bot just does that and sends the reminders. And yeah, I'm aware of the thing that you're mentioning, but that has not happened yet
because we haven't
because
launched
we're not launched yet this bot. But yeah, but I wonder like how often would this happen actually, and like I don't know.
Yeah. So let me give you an example. So the params meeting, right? Like any time the word params is in the calendar, the params channel is going to get a the graphic that says params weekly meeting is happening right now in 1 hour. So anytime SoftGov, params, gravity is in the calendar in the title, we are going to spam the channels with a weekly group that may or may not be happening. So does that make sense? So I guess I'm trying to say like, we know when the meetings happen. So let's just send an announcement 1 hour before that meeting happens. Let's lock in on the time and not in, keywords on a calendar, which can create false positives there. Is that cool? Does that make sense?
Got it. We do not want to send reminders for other just.
That's what I was thinking too. Just the working group calls, and then if we want to extend the scope, we could extend the scope, but also make it sort of fixed to the time based versus, the words on the calendar. It just creates additional certainty for the bot.
And honestly, if there's any alterations to the schedule, like, working group leads and people like that should be aware that that message is going out, and they should make a message or a post right after that is posted within the channel that it's changed or it's going to be different.
Yeah. And even, we don't change the dates of working group sessions. Since I've been here, we might have done one maybe, other than DST, but we have changed the names of multiple groups already, TEC params, onboarding to Hatch Outreach. So it just feels a little cleaner to do it based on a schedule than on words on a calendar title.
Who can I give the access to? Who can I give access to the repository so that they can edit it? Like, can you name a few people that could just I could just give them access right now so that I don't forget about giving them access?
All stewards, I guess.
Okay, I'll add steward.
And now I think we have a stewards team, so you should just be able to add the team, and we'll all be included, right?
Yeah.
No, this repository is on my account, so I'll have to add individually.
Okay. Got it. We got 3 more minutes, and yeah, anybody? There are a couple of more items in the agenda, but we don't have time for that. Maybe on the next call. So, any last comments, thoughts you want to share? You want to go around? Nope. All right.
I'll add something.
Damn. All right. Go ahead.
I had 2 working sessions with Manu about improving the infographic, with the intention of the infographic being something that's standalone, that doesn't need me explaining it in a presentation, or doesn't need, wrapping in terms of an article. And I have to check in with him to see what his progress is on it, but hopefully he'll have something we can start looking at this week.
Great. Thanks for the update. One more last thing before we end this call. There's the token log for the MVV has been reset, so please, everybody, go ahead and vote again. Vote again, please.
Yeah, and I think that's worth saying. Hey, in any comms that we do, make sure we tell people this, that, and I assume it's going to be extended. Olivia, I don't know. Are we going to talk about that in the next call? The details?
Yeah, we can give a quick update too, that there was a bug on token log, and we had to bring all the votes to 0. So there's a fresh voting session happening now, and we extended the period until Thursday in the community call.
I was so excited to win you guys, man. But it wouldn't have been an honest victory.
Were you the one over voting? Are you?
I had like negative 3,000 voting power or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
I was wondering how you're beating my mission vision. It all makes sense now.
I just kept on clicking and it kept on letting me vote, and I don't know.
Great. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for a great call. See you next week.
Thanks, Marco.
Thanks, Marco.